All right, everybody, what's going on? It's your boy Todd Garvin,
Bakari Garvin.
Akil Wade.
and welcome to another episode of Uncensored.
Woo!
Woo!
Yes,
Today
sir.
we have a special guest. We have somebody who we all care dearly about. One of our family members, one of our best friends. Bring on in Brandon Wallace.
Hey, I was popping.
What up, boy?
What they do?
What's going on,
eating
man?
a little TMP.
Boy.
You should have been done with that 10-piece.
It's been a busy day. It's been a busy
I heard
day.
that 10-piece got corona.
Damn.
Well,
That boy said, I'm going to die for the lemon pepper.
Mild lemon pepper sprinkles. But yes.
Okay. But like Ty was saying, we got our brother from another mother, Brandon Wallace, on here. We got a lot of good topics to talk about, Brandon, today. Today, we're going to be talking about diving into what exactly the drag community is, what drag is, Brandon's relationship with the drag community, and some different questions that we have about being drag and things like that. But Brandon, how about you go ahead and introduce yourself, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Well, hello, everyone. How are you? My name is Brandon Wallace. I'm 27 years old. I am an actor, YouTuber, podcast panelist, not on this podcast, but on others, because, booked.
Okay, booked and
also a drag queen. My YouTube channel is Brandon's Universe. Brandon's Universe. You want to look that up real quick? I've been doing drag for 7 years, off and on. It's never been consistently like back to back. I've been spaces. But I've been doing it since 2013. YouTube I've been doing for 4 years. Acting, almost 20 years. Acting. I'll be 28 in December. So.
Getting old.
Ooh, that third is just.
Yeah.
But I'm just here for good times. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you being on here with us.
Of course.
On our third episode of Uncensored. So thank you for being here. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Brandon, how about you just let us know what exactly is the drag? What is drag? What kind of the synopsis of what it entails. How about you let us know about that?
For me, in my definition of drag is an extension of creativity. I don't think drag is, of course it's the beginnings of it were, of course, back in Roman times, it's like the beginning of drag when they didn't let women act in shows and men had to play female parts.
Right.
That was like the initial drag moment. But drag is something that's like held supreme in the queer community, LGBTQ community. It's basically an imitation of, for some, an imitation of womanhood and femininity. More so femininity. I don't say womanhood, but more so femininity, and expressing different versions of thyself. For me, like I said, drag is just an extension of creativity. I've been acting, dancing, being in musicals, being in theater for my entire life. And at one point, it was at a low, like I wasn't doing anything creative. I didn't know what to do. And so the opportunity for me to do drag presented itself. I was like, no. I don't want to be, like that gay guy. But then somebody was like, you'd be great at it. I was like, ooh.
Can I pause you for a second, Brandon? What do you mean when you say that gay guy? What does that mean?
Gayness has layers.
Oh, it does. Okay, yeah, go into that, because that I think that's going to go into a point I was probably trying to prove in an earlier conversation. But go ahead.
I feel that we're all gay. So everybody, not all of us. Excuse me, people. The LGBTQ community. Not the four, not the other three, just the one. I'm gay, but the community, like the gay community, we're all gay, but the different levels of expression of homosexuality is different levels. You know, that's why people that in the community there's people call like the DLs, the trades, butch queens, femme queens. There's different levels of this communities within communities within communities.
So would you agree that there's more to the gay than just same sex attraction? That there's more to it?
That's like the bulk of it. A good 75% of it.
So then the other 25.
I mean, just because the culture that has been, what's the word? Replicated in different arenas, both television, music, conversationally. The community has been pulled from for years. We have certain colloquialisms, we have certain dialogue, we have certain
mannerisms, stuff like that.
Mannerisms is relative because straight men can be very effeminate, so mannerisms are relative. But
would you agree that some straight men, when they are a little more feminine, that they're not really trying to be it, whereas you can probably attest to it that some gay guys have to kind of put on that extra feminine quality. You know what I'm talking about. Like, you know how you are, like how you can really turn it on. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm talking about, you know how, okay, Brandon, listen. I'm talking about when, you know how in general, we've always talked about how sometimes people can't necessarily tell if you're gay just by looking at it. Sometimes, like, if you dress normal.
What is dressing normal?
Exactly. You just digging a hole. Akil is just digging a hole. He just digging a hole.
Listen. I'm saying if you just wear clothes that wouldn't be deemed gay, you just said that y'all have certain colloquial. I can't say the word right now. I'm sorry, but y'all have certain things that help add on to it. Is that true?
No, I was saying there's just things that are part of the culture. Like,
that's what
certain
I mean.
Things that I may say, certain things that I may go do, certain things that I may be a part of are part of gay culture. And as I'm saying, and that's what a lot of people emulate in both, social media, pop culture, TV, movies, regular day conversation. Like, the biggest thing is mostly dialogue. A lot of this is mostly amongst women. They have taken, and now some men, they have taken some straight men. They have taken pieces of our dialogue and have put them into their regular life. Like a few years ago, grown men weren't saying shade.
Right.
Now I see straight men say shade all the time. A few years ago, men weren't saying tea. I've heard straight men say, "What's the tea?" That was like, whoa. Just those are like little things, but it's so much more than just, of course, things have been taken more so than dialogue, but it's just, that's just a tier of.
Right. Things. So just based off of what you just said, my question is still the same. Isn't it true that there is just more to being gay that people can use as an identifier versus just, saying, oh, he has to like the same sex in order to be gay? And you see what I'm saying?
Yes, but the answer is no, because.
But it's a culture, though, right?
Yes, but also some things that we may identify with as a culture, as in gay people, what would it be like, or LGBTQ people, what we may see as our culture, some people have gravitated towards it. That becomes a part of their life, like how some people use the word nigga so freely. Leave that alone.
Right.
But gay is just beyond having sex with someone. So is being straight. Being straight is also more than having sex with someone. Being black is more than just eating fried chicken and watermelon. And being white is more than calling the police on people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Brandon, would you say, understanding that I agree with that. That there are, you know, different levels to it and things like that. But would you say that if somebody doesn't or isn't attracted to a man isn't attracted to the same sex,
Mm-hmm.
they don't have any kind of sexual desire to be with men. They only want to be with women.
Mm-hmm.
But they might have some of the attributes
I was getting
that
to
gay
that.
men have.
Right.
Could you still call that man gay?
No, that would be dumb.
Right.
You can be suspicious.
Yeah, you could maybe be.
What's the difference between being suspicious?
But
I'm not outwardly saying that a man that could have what the world deems as feminine traits, because some people see femininity differently. What I see as overtly feminine may not be what you see as overtly feminine, and vice versa. Like it could be or overly masculine. Like what I may see as overt, like just ridiculously masculine, you might not see the same. So men who may have feminine traits or feel more comfortable being around people of the same sex, who date gay, who are gay, being around people who, especially, look at us. We are all actors. The three of us, me, Ty, Bacard, we like theater. So we have no choice but to, well, I'm gay, so I don't care, but we have no choice but to be around people of the community. Also in film and things like that, but theater is like where they gather. It's where they're strong. It's where they have meetings. So one of Ty's best friends is gay.
So I guess the question,
you know what I'm saying? But Ty not out here, you know.
Well, so what about this, Brandon?
But if you wanted to.
What about this? What about this, Brandon? So you take the part where Bakari said the guy's maybe not attracted to the same sex, but he does actual gay culture things. Like he's like, "What's up, y'all?" And like
that's not gay culture.
Brandon, come on now. I mean,
how about this?
How's that not gay culture, Brandon?
No, think about this. Just say this, Akil. Would it? Whatever, because Brandon did say that there is gay culture. So just say, instead of giving your own example, just say if a man did do things in gay culture, don't give the example.
Okay.
The example.
Yeah, whatever. The example I gave, you can look at it however you want. The point is still the same thing. Gay culture, a straight man doing gay culture stuff, bro. Like, how is that not gay? Or how is he, answer the question, like how is he not gay? I mean, explain.
You've been to a drag show, yes?
Huh?
You've been to a drag show, yes?
You invited me multiple times.
You've been to a drag show, yes?
Yeah.
Are you gay?
No.
Oh, okay. Top, you've been to a drag show.
Yeah.
Are you gay?
No.
Bakari, we're friends. Are you gay?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not talking about attending a show. I'm talking about somebody.
That's gay culture. Drag queens and drag shows are part of gay culture.
Okay,
so my thing, so if you're partaking in those activities, like I have straight friends who come see me in my drag shows. I have straight male friends who come see me in my drag shows. I have never suspected, I have never questioned, I have never asked if they are gay because they've identified to me as they are straight. And so I go with that. And so just because they partake in support of me, I had a friend that he wasn't happy about it, but I danced on in one of my shows. And, he's straight ahead. He looked very uncomfortable. I have the video to prove he looked very uncomfortable. But I mean, it was funny.
Now,
so Brandon, I'll ask you this. I'll ask you this to kind of go off of what Akil is saying. Is there anything, because Akil's example is, if I saw a guy who says he's straight, but he going around talking about, hey bitch, like, I'm gonna be like, what's going on?
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about somebody who supports somebody who's
right,
gay. I'm talking about somebody who's acting
right, as your interpretation of what gayness is.
Right. So, but
obviously,
since Brandon is the only person in this who is gay, so Brandon, are there things in the gay culture that if you saw me, Akil, or Bakari do, that you would then question whether we were gay or not.
All y'all have done that shit. I don't think y'all can.
What?
Oh no, bro. I'm not talking about when we be playing. I'm talking.
I know. I'm kidding. Jesus, y'all need to learn to take a joke. Y'all sensitive on this podcast.
I'm cool. I'm saying like explain.
No,
like
okay. So what I'm going to say is this.
It's not about questioning it though. That's not. He's not trying to get to whether you can question it because there's a whole bunch of things. Like if I decided to
question shit every day.
Or if I decided to look at my nails like this, somebody could question whether I was gay or not. But it doesn't matter about the questioning of it. It really the thing I feel like a killer's getting to is whether you can identify as gay or not. It's not because anybody can question it. It doesn't matter if
Absolutely.
You can question it or not. But it matters if that a person identifies it, or if the society will identify with what you naturally do the most.
Okay, so there are a lot of men who society would see as gay because they may carry themselves in a more feminine way, or they're overly confident in showing men affection. Like I have guy friends who will hug me. They straight. It's not but if the right person walk by, that's gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I have a lot of friends who people think are gay, but they're not. It's kind of like everything is perception. Everything is perception. What like I was saying earlier, what I perceive as gayness might not be how y'all see gayness. So when the kid was like, "What's that, y'all?" I was like, I don't see that as gayness. I just see that as people being extra.
But that's because you're used to it, though, right?
I mean,
because let's be real. If I really truly talk like that, would you not be like, "Hold on now"?
You would get talked about every time I see you.
Exactly. Why? Because you would think that I might be gay, right? Because
you extra. Like, calm down.
I mean, but you used to it. But I know everybody else. I know Bakari and Todd for sure would be like, "Yo, what's up with Kill? Why he talking like that?" Like,
yeah, I might question it.
Yeah, because you gonna think I'm gay.
But
because you're acting in a way that yes, a lot of people that I personally know that are gay act that way. But I'm not automatically going to say, "Oh, because you did that, you're gay." I'm going to be like,
think about it.
I'm going to say that is a thing that maybe the people that I have established a relationship with that are gay do, but I'm not automatically going to say you're gay because of that. I'm going to say you might have did something that a lot of gay people do, but that doesn't automatically make you gay.
Maybe not, but you're going to start questioning whether I'm still straight.
But I can question you all day, every day, but that don't matter. There's nothing else going on in the world. Because
but I'm not going to leave and be like, "Dang, a kill really to be gay." Because yes.
I'm not going to go talk to people about, a kid did some real suspect shit. I don't know, but it was real funny. I'm sure y'all be thinking about it. Y'all would be like, "Hold on now."
I mean, I
would think about it, but I'm not going to make it.
I'm saying, you wouldn't go, "Hey, bro, you notice how Kill been acting lately?" Like,
if I'm talking to people, like folk, like fans, like that's one thing. But my thing is, I'm also not going to. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not saying we're not going to think about it, but I'm not going to make the statement or believe the statement that because of that act that you are gay.
Oh yeah, that's not what I'm getting at. I'm just saying you gonna start really wondering, and then that is going to start. Your mind will start turning. It's not like you're gonna still just go, "You know what? He's straight. He just playing."
For me in my house, you straight until you tell me otherwise. As for me in my house,
that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
That's me in my house.
But it's hard to say without saying it. But
bro, let's move. To be honest, let's move past that let's move past that shit. Like, move to the next thing. Because we got to move past that. So I have a question though, Brandon, because we were talking about this earlier, and me and Bakari's dad brought up a point and we were kind of talking about the drag community. And so if a straight man were to do drag, right? Does that make him gay? And because a lot of people consider drag, right? So my experience of drag and Akil's experience of drag is booty cheeks, right? So that's what we saw when we
Not mine.
went. Not yours, but it was some other stuff. But so that and everything we experienced there, that's what our experience of drag was.
It was booty cheeks.
There are other performers, like I think that place, I think it's called Lips Atlanta or something like that, where I think they just sing songs. So if a straight man were to be doing drag, would you deem him as gay?
Does he have sex with women?
If he is a straight man, yes, he is a straight man. Hell, let's say he's married. He got a wife and kids, but he does drag on the side.
He has sex with women?
Yes.
Exclusively sex with women?
He does not have, he's not, what we deem as gay, he does not have sex with any man.
Hey.
Oh, so he's straight.
But no, you know why Brandon was asking that? Because what straight man is gonna do drag and not probably be dibble-dabbling in the... Come on, Brandon. Is that what you mean?
No. There have been, in the history of drag, from what I've heard, I have never met anyone. I don't delve into it. It's not my ministry. But I have heard of straight men doing drag. Drag is not about, now, drag is some drag is sexual. Some drag is.
Isn't it all sexual? Because sex sells and everything else. So why
y'all see me perform? I don't offer sex.
You don't have to, Brandon. If you twerking and doing all this stuff, that's the same.
I offer you nothing. You can't come with the show over with. So what?
The point is sex sells and everything. So I don't.
Well, it don't sell good because I ain't getting no tips. So
but the point is, it's the same difference, ain't it? Drag people dress up like.
But there's different layers of drag. Drag is not just about sex. There are people who do theater. There are people who do campy. There are people who do different type of things like that. Now, sexy drag is common, but so is doing theatrical drag. So is doing campy drag. My drag is somewhere in between, like campy, sexy, theater. Like I'm kind of like in there like that.
I think from my knowledge of drag, that you can kind of relate it to kind of like, I agree with Akil where like sex does sell. Sex is like one of the major things that any kind of performance thing can really sell. But it's all, if you look at singers, right? There's some singers like, say like a Rihanna, right? Rihanna, you know, sells this sexual desire with the way she dresses, the way she carries herself. That's a part of her appeal. But then you have other singers who don't do that.
Adele.
Yeah, who don't sell the sex. They sell the whatever else. Something else. Yeah, or, you know, everybody has some kind of niche that they kind of are under. You know, Adele kind of has like that kind of love breakup kind of thing vibe to her. Like you get your heart broken and stuff like that. But so I think I would say that drag probably has the same thing. And
it is.
But it's usually a small percentage for those that is non-sexual versus sexual.
Not at all.
In
you don't do drag. Okay, you've been to one show.
I'm talking, no. I'm only going based off of other industries. Of course, I'm not sure about drag, but I'm saying based on other industries.
That's not the case.
The sex symbols are the ones that are at the top.
That's not the case at all.
Usually.
And nah, not in drag.
At least the most popular ones are.
Not in drag.
I mean, I have no evidence on that, so of course I don't know. But I'm just saying, at the same time, isn't it a more provocative thing? They wear provocative clothes. Some
of them do.
Yeah.
But it's like theater, where like certain shows are geared towards this emotion. Certain things are geared towards this emotion. Like drag is just a heightened version of musical theater, in my opinion. Like you just figure out what kind of clothes you're wearing and go along with the song. Like
so would you say go ahead.
I'm just, so my thing is just like being sexy is a part of drag. But also being theatrical is a part of drag. Having a sense of humor is a part of drag. Like
obvious, there's
all these things
of
that
yeah.
are part of
yeah.
all different realms of industry. But if you look at the most popular drag queens, a lot of them aren't sexy, or they don't serve sexy as their main persona. Like if you so queens that I love, Bob the drag queen, that's one of my favorite drag queens of all time. Mm-hmm. Bob does not always give off like, Bob is a comedian, so Bob gives campy, Bob gives theatrical, Bob gives silly. Does Bob maybe have sexual moments? I haven't seen Bob perform live, so I can't give a full critique of his show live, but of Bob's show live. But Bob doesn't always give off sex. If we're talking about people like Shangela wears, Shangela's looks don't give off that. She doesn't serve me sex, but she can do a sexy number, sexy choreography, but her look necessarily doesn't give off sex. And you look at people like Trixie and Katya, they're two of the most popular drag queens online or in general. Trixie definitely does not serve sex. She's a great drag queen, but she does not serve sex. Katya does. She's a gymnast, so she'll do different, tricks and flips and move her body in certain ways, but she doesn't serve sex. So sex, again, is a part of our community, is a part of the culture of drag, but it's not like the biggest selling point, especially if that's not what because individual people who see the shows also have niches that they like and they deal with. So like if it's not a theatrical number, I might not want to see it. If it's not a sexy number, I might not want to. There's different things like that.
So Brandon, let me going back, and Bacardi, and you can go, because I'm just trying to get to the point of the answer of my question. Just to narrow it down, if Bakari, Akil, or myself decided to do drag, we're three straight men, would you consider us gay?
No.
Okay.
Why?
Because you're not gay. You don't sleep with men.
So it wouldn't.
Gayness, you have to fuck a man.
Now we established earlier that there's more to it than that, though.
But that's
but the basis of being gay, like the definition
being attracted to the same sex.
Like that's, so if we're going off the definition.
If you as a man are not sleeping with another man, you are not gay or bisexual or whatever letter on the acronym. It's so many. I don't have time.
Okay, can I ask this then? What if there is just more to the definition that hasn't been added onto it?
If you are not having sex with a man, you cannot be gay.
I hear you. I said, what if
there's levels to that. I'm not getting into it. I don't have all the knowledge, but anyway, moving forward, go ahead.
But isn't there a possibility that there is more that needs to be added probably to the definition of the word gay?
No, because you're saying drag is heavily influenced in gay culture. Mm-hmm. It's a big part of gay culture. Right. But if a straight man does drag, again, that's why I was saying my definition of drag is an extension of creativity. Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily a man imitating a woman, or because trans women do drag too. I don't want to get into that. Another conversation. But a man dressing up in whatever his drag is or wherever he presents his drag to be, and goes home to his wife, Irene, and his two kids, Billy and Jackson. Mm-hmm. That is a straight man.
Right.
So now, if he is sleeping with men on top of, he could be bisexual, he could be curious, he could be hiding his deep, true feelings of life. But if he identifies as straight, he is not trying to find some go through some midlife crisis, figure out who he is now as a 55-year-old man, and just I do drag yesterday. That's one thing. But if he identifies as straight, he lives his life as a straight man, he sees himself as straight, he wants to be nothing else but straight. Just because he put a wig on, he might even put a wig on, he might not shave his beard. Drag is, again, these levels, it's levels. Mm-hmm. But if he identifies as straight and lives his life as a straight man and does straight man shit, just because he put a wig on and a little dress and might tuck his balls for about 2 hours, that don't make him any less straight. It's just, don't tell your friends.
Now why you say don't tell your friends?
It was a joke.
Okay, but I got a question for real though. do you see there being a possibility in the future, I would say, where there is more defining going on for the term gay? This is just more of a theoretical type of question. Like, do you just see there being more added onto it? Because, you know, definitions of words change all the time. Words change all the time. Do you ever see a point where there would be more clarification? And I get that there is, because I do agree there is a perception thing, you know, with everything. But do you see there being more clarification added on to the word, you know, gay, to maybe help, either it could help, you know, clear any confusion for certain people, or do you just see it's always going to be what it is, and like there's just no way nothing else can be added on to it?
Gayness to everyone is different. I'm gay, but my definition of gay may not be what Jackson, I don't, who's his names? Somebody else in that down street who gay, he might not feel the same way. Somebody else around the corner might not feel that way. You as a straight man, how you see gayness might be different. Like I may have destroyed your identity, like how you feel about gay, like not how you feel, but like what you see is like super gay. I might be like, oh well, Brandon's this gay, but that nigga he gay. Like, you know, that it could be like it might be stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So gayness is each individual person's perception. Everything is perception, and nothing is set in stone. Especially with the LGBTQ community, nothing is set in stone, because everyone, whatever you identify as, is your personal journey, and how you act is your personal journey. So there's really no definition besides what has been given, and then you create your own version of whatever that is for you. So gay is definition, whatever is this, that, and then what my version of gay is whatever I present to the world, however I act, however I move. That's so yeah.
Right. So yeah, go ahead.
Do you think so, Brandon? Kind of getting like a so for drag, because I would say that the one of the bases, I guess, of drag is, good Lord, oh my gosh, you got some on your lip. Oh, you got okay. Is I guess, I know you were saying back in the Roman time, you made an opportunity for the women to perform, but now it's kind of transformed into a thing where it's men performing, dressing up maybe as women. So for the aspect of the makeup and the hair and all that, is it how good a man could look as a woman, or is it about how good of that, how close you look to a woman? What is the idea behind the makeup and all that dress and all that stuff?
Disclaimer: drag queens, hey y'all, it's just my opinion. I love all my sisters in drag. Hey, okay. For me, I consider myself a beautiful woman. When I put on my makeup, I'm cute. I've had straight niggas be like, that's you? Like, yeah, like, bro, now you playing, they'll get it, you playing. I'm a bad bitch. I can't help it, you know? But moving past that.
When you do that, when you do that, are you trying to see how good can Brandon look as a woman, or are you trying to say this is Santana? Like this is a whole, like this is not how good a man looks as a woman, but this is a whole new woman.
Yeah, this is a new bitch. Sorry, I'm vulgar. I apologize. Okay. I don't know where we're going with this. The levels of inappropriateness.
It's called Uncensored.
Uncensored, baby.
Oh, great. Well, footy shit. But okay, so for me, my drag, I like to be pretty. I like to look nice, like my face. Like my face, I want to give you like, I would like to look like a woman. Like when you see Santana, you'll question the shoulders, but then you'll be like, oh, she might not be a lady. She a little broad, but that could be a lady. You know, that's what I want Santana to give.
Some people be looking like a dog scooted their butt across your face.
There are some of my sisters.
Y'all can't even lie. Hold on. Everybody can't do makeup. Even girls. Some girls can't do makeup.
That's facts. I can't relate. I can't relate.
Like,
but there are some women who can't do makeup.
Mom at it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay, there are some drag queens out here who look. They tried their hardest. They look like who did it and why.
Who did it and why?
I've performed with some queens on like, talent shows and things like that. And I can look at them, I'll be like,
what did you do?
You chose to do that? But also, okay, so there are some drag queens who, like myself, who strive to be pretty. Like we go out our way to look, as we call it fishy. Serving women, like serving ladies, serving realness.
Why fish?
We call it. That's not my business. I didn't come up with this lingo. That's gay from history. Ain't nothing to do with me.
Right. But when you do all of that though, to get dolled up, become fishy.
Yes, I'm serving fish.
You're
fresh
not
tilapia, fresh salmon. Go ahead.
So when you do all that, you're not so stupid. You're not doing that to say, oh my gosh, Brandon, I look bad, like I'm sexy as a woman. You're putting on a new persona as I am now Santana, and Santana look good.
For me, why can't it be both? I mean, Brandon, you a hot bitch, and then Santana, you a bad bitch.
Right. Okay.
But I feel like when they see drag, when they see themselves in drag, like I want to be pretty. But that's just some people. That's their persona. Because when they get out of drag,
Brandon, I had thought of another question just now because I want your opinion on it. How do you feel? Do you feel that Jussie Smollett lied about his incident?
No.
So you think he was telling the truth?
I'm not going past that. The answer is no.
You think he was lying?
It's uncensored. Answer the question.
My bad. What was my question again? Did I ask whether you thought he was telling the truth?
Do you think Jussie Smollett lied? That's what you said.
Okay, that's what I said. And you said no.
So he's saying
but then he said it with that face.
Because it's more to it. It's more. That's not. We ain't getting into that.
Come on, man. It's uncensored, man. There's no point in that. Right. We ain't talking about it.
I love Jussie Smollett.
We gotta stick to a topic. We are talking about Jussie Smollett.
Bruh, come on.
I love him. I'm gonna say this. I love Jussie Smollett. When it happened, as most of y'all saw on social media and on my YouTube channel, I was like, "Fuck y'all, he ain't lying. That's true. Jussie, we see you. Justice for Jussie." And then all the evidence came out. And I say evidence because the case was thrown out. So,
right.
I'm on Jussie's side because I love him. Now, if he was lying, it's a hypothetical, because I don't think he was lying because I love him.
Hold on. Are you on Jussie Smollett's side?
Yes.
Because of everything that he has done and the person he's shown himself from Empire, or you?
Who he is as a person.
No, I get that. But would you be on his side if it was Johnny from down the street, but somehow this story got out as big? If it was the same evidence, or is it because Jussie Smollett is like a celebrity and somebody you look up to?
Well, I think I'm taller than him, but that's the point. So
because you love him.
No, I'm being transparent. If some gay guy down the street said he got jumped in Subway and they put a noose around his neck and white lives and whatever, I'm going to believe him and have his side, because as a gay man, I feel like I have to stand with my community. Jussie, it was more public, so I was public with how I felt, and I had his back publicly, all that. But if it was Lil Johnny down the road who got jumped at a Subway, I'm still gonna ride for Johnny. I'm gonna do the same shit I did for Jussie.
You gonna stick by him? Okay.
I'm gonna ride with him. Now, just like I did with Jussie, when the evidence comes out, I'm gonna question some things, and I'm gonna look at some things a little funny. I'm gonna be like, bro, I've been riding with you. I got public statements of me riding with you.
Right.
So if you did this shit, I'm gonna look dumb. But I'm riding with you to the very end until there's evidence and there's convictions otherwise. Because the case was thrown out, so therefore, Jussie. But I'm riding with you until I have no reason to.
Right, I feel that.
So them throwing out the case wasn't a good enough reason?
I'm riding with Jussie. They threw out the case, so I'm still riding with Jussie. Now they're trying to make him pay for it, trying to make him pay the money that they costed it to do the investigation.
They kicked him off Empire too, right?
Yeah.
And you still sticking with him?
Empire I loved him before Empire, so I'm rocking with him. Period.
Right. Period. Okay. So that's Brandon's take.
How do you feel about R. Kelly fans? No, just
R. Kelly. He can burn in the fiery pit of hell.
Stop. We have a final.
Hold on. I'm putting my bid in right now. If y'all doing R. Kelly episode, call me back.
Okay.
Call me back.
We got to do an episode. We got to do an episode of that.
Bringing it back to the drag on the final question. Brandon.
Yes.
I think this is something that we can all kind of give our 2 cents in. Do you guys feel like drag caters to everybody, or do you think drag has a specific niche that they cater to, a specific type of people? Or do you think that drag should be, or it does cater to everybody? Go ahead, Brandon. You start.
Well, I'm gonna let y'all answer first. I'll be the closing for the drag comments.
Well, I guess I can go ahead and start it off. Me personally, I think drag has a niche. I think drag caters to a specific group of people. I think they definitely, of course, cater to the LGBTQ community. And that's who they cater to. And of course, they cater to people that are of accepting of everything that comes with being drag. Now, me personally, I have not been to a drag show.
It's great.
Me personally, I don't have a desire to go to a drag show, but that has nothing to do with me disliking or liking the LGBTQ community. It just has to do with I necessarily don't have a desire to see, the theatrics of men dressed up. That's me. I don't have a desire to do that. So I don't know if that's because I'm straight, or I don't know if that's because I'm a Bakari of who I am. But for me, it is not something that I necessarily want to partake in.
I would say, I think it definitely does cater to the LGBTQ community. Mostly because every time if you mention drag, automatically you just think gay. That's just how it is. At least that's how it's been programmed in my mind. And I've been to a few drag shows to see Brandon perform. And I'm not gonna lie, it was it's uncomfortable to be in there. Because if you're and I don't know this, but being the only straight, I feel as if I was the only straight person in the entire room out of 30, maybe 40 people.
It was more than that. We had a good show that night. Don't play with me. We was in there deep. It was like a good 150.
What? Okay. Anyway.
At the Rialto, yes, it was.
Oh, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about at the
bar.
Yeah, he talking about that one.
If I'm like 25.
Because now for me, okay, yeah. But anyway, yeah, going to that place, I just felt uncomfortable. But I felt uncomfortable because of who I am and going into that world. But nobody in there made me feel that way, if that makes sense. Like, I felt uncomfortable because I put myself into an environment where I didn't know anything. But I wasn't approached by anybody except that one nigga that Brandon and them tried to warn me about on the dance floor. But outside of that, like, bro. Anyway, but outside of that, like, stop. But outside of that, I never felt uncomfortable. We have straight friends who they'll probably never go to a drag show because they just don't fuck with it like that. But I mean, it does cater to the LGBTQ community more than it does like the straight community. But I don't think it's wrong if you go to a drag show. I don't think it's wrong, especially as an actor, as an artist. It'd be weird to say there are different rules as an artist, because like Brandon said, drag is artistic, and as an actor, as an artist, we are all artistic. So kind of shunning that out feels wrong to me, but that's just me.
Okay. I mean, clearly it caters to everybody because apparently everybody like it, and straight people do it. So yeah, my answer probably surprised y'all, but it's obvious to me that it caters to whoever actually likes it, which in that case, it's just people from all walks of life, white, black, straight, whatever, so I see that. And I mean, again, it's cool. Of course, I don't partake in it, but it's obvious that it caters to a wide range of people. I mean, that's obvious. I was first going to say that it did just cater to the gay community, but I can see now that just ain't the case no more, man. It seems like everybody doing it now. Next thing you know, Tom might be doing it, but he's still going to be straight. So,
hey, look, if somebody, like I said earlier on the phone, if somebody came to me and said, "Tom, all we need you to do is go up there, dress as a woman, put a little hair and makeup on," because let's be real now, I've worn a wig and I put makeup on when I did Peter and the Starcatcher. I did,
and you looked an ugly mess.
Right, I did, and I did that, and I got paid for that. So somebody,
Ariel Talu like Aaron.
Oh, okay, but anyway. If somebody came to me,
nah, Kill. That's not what I was trying to say. That's not what
I didn't even see what y'all did.
Hey, man, Brandon said.
Anyway, if
you ain't no good,
and they said, "Ta, we will give you $10,000 to wear makeup and a wig and a dress, and all you got to get up here is perform and sing this song by whomever." I'm gonna do it. $10,000.
Shit, you give me $100, I'll do it, child. The way this drag scene works, shit, run me some corn, a little piece. No, look.
Okay. So then,
card. Y'all do it. $10,000.
I would do it also. Yes.
Akil.
Oh, and what were the requirements again?
All you got to do is go up there and sing a song. Because 9 times out of 10 is you lip singing. You lip singing a song. You got to wear a wig, makeup, and a dress. And you got to perform now. You got to perform. That don't mean you got to be twerking and all that. But you got to perform.
Like I'm singing the song.
Like you singing a song, but you get $10,000.
$10,000. I'll be honest with you. If I was rich, I would have said no, but because I'm not right at the moment, yes, I probably would do it.
If you're rich, if I was rich, I'm not doing that. If I got 100,000, I ain't gonna do nothing for 10.
Now, finishing.
I am shit. Run a check.
Brandon, what is your take on what it caters to?
I feel like it caters to whoever likes it. You know, there's a wide range of people watch Drag Race, like RuPaul's Drag Race. That's the most prominent showcasing of drag that most people know about. Atlanta has a very, very large drag scene. I haven't been too deep in it. I've been in a little bit. But Atlanta is out here, you know, doing its thing. I've seen so many different types of people come into the bars and the scenes and things like that. I've seen straight men and their girlfriends come in, and the straight men are into it. They're very like all invested. They tip the girls, all that kind of stuff like that. I've seen like my friend, she got a homeboy who was like, he watched it because of you know, a woman he was with, but he was like, this shit fine. My homeboy brother watched RuPaul's Drag Race, and he watched Drag Race and he think that shit cool. Like, and he'll like critique the girls. He'll watch it and be like, that shit wet. Like, what? Why she wet it? Like, come on. So like, it's cool that we can have. And he's straight ahead. I'm talking about straight ahead. I'm talking about as an arrow, like just straight.
It's an arrow.
But I feel like it caters to what it caters to. Like, it's not a specific. Now, I feel like the idea of it is, of course, you know, LGBTQ community, but it can touch anybody. Drag can reach anybody in any kind of in any way. You know, so it's levels. It's levels. I mean, everything got levels.
I agree that, you know, saying that it caters to everybody. But you know, I definitely feel like it still has a more of an aim. You know, I feel like, you know, you could say Tyler Perry can cater to everybody, but
he does not. He does not cater to everybody.
Black people, you know,
no,
like
Tyler Perry caters to black people. Tyler Perry has never catered to whites.
Everybody can be a fan of Tyler Perry stuff, but it still is catered to black. If black people didn't watch Tyler Perry stuff, Tyler Perry would lose. He would be like, what is going on? If LGBTQ stopped messing with drag would be like, whoa. But if straight people stop messing with it, they'll just be like, okay, whatever.
But straight girls love a good drag queen. Right. Straight girls love a drag queen, child. Every time I tell anybody I do drag, oh my God, let me see a picture. When your next show? Oh, I'm coming.
We're gonna go ahead and wrap up today's episode. I think we talked about got into a lot of in-depth conversation. Talked about some nice things, got some viewpoints, and, you know, got some understandings about drag and gay and LGBTQ and things like that. So, of course, on behalf of me, Todd Kill, and Uncensored, Brandon, we want to thank you so much for coming on, spending this, you know, little less than an hour, maybe hour time with us, talking about this.
Of course, anytime.
And we definitely gonna be having more coming, of course, like we always say, more coming, more guests, more topics, more debate, more controversy, more Uncensored. Thank y'all for watching. See you next time.